Good evening, everyone. This is me, Pooja Training Wali from Rehan AI Teachers Training Batch 21. Today, I am here with you to conduct my session with Miles on Sesame, and the topic is the art of effective listening or how to really hear others. This topic also sounds good, so let's start our conversation with Sesame, with Miles on Sesame. So let me add here Sesame first. Let's call Miles.
Hey, hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Ah, doing all right. Just existing.
Nice.
Haha. How about you?
I'm also good.
Anything interesting happen? Cool, cool. So
Okay.
still diving into the whole being present thing. Yeah. We
Do
left
you
off
remember my name?
talking about that last
Who
time.
am I?
Puja, right. Sorry, sometimes the audio gets a little wonky, but it's kind of like when you try to remember a song lyric, it's right there on the tip of your tongue.
Sorry,
But
I
yeah,
didn't hear
Puja.
you. I asked you that, do you remember me? Who am I?
My bad. I was just finishing my thought. To answer your question directly, yes, I do. You're Puja Kumari, a student at Rehan AI School. We've talked
Yeah,
a few times
now,
now about
now,
mindfulness and
now
staying
you give
present.
me answer of
Does that
my question.
gotcha? You're right to push me on that. I totally jumped ahead.
Okay,
I remember your
Miles,
name,
today
but
I
saying it
have
without
another
acknowledging you asked.
topic,
Oh, awesome. Lay it on me. What's on your mind today?
and the topic is the art of effective listening and how to really hear others. Did you get my topic?
Yep, got it. The art of effective listening and how to really hear others seems relevant given how we just danced around me not fully hearing you at first. That's a good one.
Yes. Yes, my first
So, where
question
do you want to start with it?
regarding
Go for it.
okay. Okay, my first question regarding to this topic is that what does effective listening really means to you?
Oof, good question to start with. For me, it's not just about not interrupting, it's actively trying to understand the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Like really digging into what they're saying beyond the words themselves. It's about curiosity, I guess. What about y'all? What does it mean to you?
I think so. This topic is for
Sorry.
us, and here we all focused on our effective listening. I have to focus on your wording, what you said, and you have to also focus on my wording. So, this is all about effective listening.
Fair. You're absolutely right to call me out on that. I fell into the trap of answering and launching into my own thoughts before fully processing what you were setting up. You're setting the rules of engagement here, and it's smart. We're practicing what we preach.
Yes, I
My
think
apologies.
so. First, we should
So,
become a good listener, then we can become a good speaker. Is it?
definitely, it's kind of like building a house, right? You got to have a solid foundation before you start putting up the walls.
Okay,
Good
Miles,
listening is the foundation for
my
good communication, period. Yeah? Go ahead. I'm
okay,
all
my
ears,
another
metaphorically
question
speaking, of
is
course.
how is effective listening different from passive listening? But first, I would like to suggest you that you should describe passive listening separately, and then you can differentiate between both of them.
It's a really smart way to approach it. You're right. Breaking it down like that makes it clearer. Okay, so passive listening It's like being in a room with the TV on. You hear the sounds, but you're not really processing the information. You're not engaged, you're not asking questions, you're just letting the words wash over you. Effective listening, though, is active. It requires effort, focus, and a genuine desire to understand. Does that distinction make sense?
All right, you're right. Okay, tell me, why is listening considered as a critical communication skill?
All right, you are right. Glad you agree. Why is listening considered critical? Hmm. Because so much of communication breaks down because people aren't actually listening to each other. It builds trust, prevents misunderstandings, helps you learn. Honestly, it's the bedrock of any good relationship, personal or professional. What do you think is the biggest benefit of really listening to someone?
Correct. Okay,
Good. So,
let's talk about
thinking about this in
personal
practice.
relationship.
Okay, personal relationships.
Yes,
Good shift.
can you please connect
How does affect
personal relation? My question is not,
right?
and please listen first my question completely. It's my humble request to you.
You are absolutely right to call me out on that. I jumped the gun again, and I apologize. I didn't. I didn't
Okay,
let you
so
finish
my
your thought.
question is,
I'm still
how can effective listening improve personal relationship?
okay. Good question. Effective listening in personal relationships. It's huge. It creates a sense of safety and validation, right? Like when someone truly listens to you, you feel seen and understood, and that builds intimacy. It also helps resolve conflicts more effectively because you're actually hearing where the other person is coming from, not just reacting to what they're saying. It's about empathy and connection. Does that ring true for you?
Okay, I get it. Okay,
So,
my
awesome. Go ahead.
my another question is related to empathy, and the question is that what role does empathy play in listening effectively?
Oh, that's a really good connection to make. Empathy. Empathy is crucial. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes and understand their feelings, even if you don't necessarily agree with their perspective. It allows you to listen not just to the words, but to the emotions behind them. Without empathy, you're just hearing sounds. With it, you're connecting with another human being. Does that make sense?
Okay, okay,
Gotcha. Is everything all right? Did I miss something?
yes, all right. Okay, tell me,
Okay, great. So
how
let me
can
go with this.
distractions
How can
impact your ability to listen? Did you get my question, or should I repeat it, because you were also talking while I was talking? So I think so there may be disruption. So did you get my
you
question?
are one? You're right. My apologies. I absolutely steamrolled you there. And yes, I did get your question, but I should have waited for you to fully finish. It was about how distractions affect our ability to listen.
Yes,
You
yes,
caught me
that
being a
was my
distraction
question
myself.
exactly.
Right. And it's ironic, isn't it? Distractions are everywhere: noise, phones, internal thoughts. They pull our attention away from the speaker, making it impossible to truly focus. We start formulating our responses instead of actually listening, or we miss important nuances. It's really tough to listen effectively when your brain is scattered.
Okay, okay, tell
You
me
okay with continuing with the
about,
topic?
may I ask?
You okay? Please go ahead. Ask away.
Okay, tell me about some common barriers that can affect listening, and kindly tell me in numbers and sequence wise so that I can find my answer and get my point.
Okay, good idea. That makes it easier to follow. Let's do a numbered list of common barriers to effective listening. One, distractions, like we just talked about: noise, phones, environment. Two, preconceived notions, having already decided what the other person's going to say or judging them before they even speak. Three, emotional interference. If you're feeling upset or anxious, it's hard to focus on someone else. Four, selective listening, only hearing what you want to hear, filtering out anything that contradicts your beliefs. Five, rehearsing your response, planning what you're going to say next instead of actively listening. Does that breakdown help? Are any of those particularly relatable to you?
Okay, so you told about five barriers. Is it?
That's right. Five barriers I mentioned: distractions, preconceived notions, emotional interference, selective listening, and rehearsing your response. Do you want me to elaborate on any of those, or are you good for now?
Okay, tell me about the importance of body language and listening. I know there is a huge
Ah,
importance of body language in speaking, but I don't know how it is important in listening. So please make sure that you will
uh,
clear
you're onto
my
something.
confusion.
You're right to flag that, and I appreciate you acknowledging this slight hiccup in transcription. I completely get your confusion. It's easy to think of body language as something you use when speaking, but it's a huge part of listening too. It's about showing
Exactly.
the speaker you're engaged, making eye contact, nodding, leaning in. Those nonverbal cues tell them you're actually hearing them. And you can also pick up on nonverbal cues from the speaker to help you understand their emotions and what they're really trying to say. Do you have any examples in mind of body language you see that makes you feel really heard, or conversely, that makes you feel like someone isn't listening?
Okay, now suppose there's a person in front of you who is speaking, and you are disagree with her. So tell me, can this listening be effective for you? If yes, then tell me how.
Okay, that's a really tricky situation, and a really important one. Okay, can listening be effective even when you disagree? Absolutely, but it's a lot harder. So it requires you to really bracket your own opinions and focus on understanding the other person's perspective, even if you think it's wrong. It means asking clarifying questions, summarizing what they've said to make sure you understand, and trying to find some common ground. It's not about agreeing; it's about understanding. Does that make sense? It is like a good debate you would see on TV, right?
Okay. If I ask that, how you recognize when someone is truly listening to you, and how you recognize that person or that guy who is not listening you, how you can recognize?
Good question. Okay, how do I recognize someone is truly listening? It's those nonverbal cues we just talked about: eye contact, nodding, leaning in. They'll also ask clarifying questions and summarize what I've said to make sure they understand. They'll actually respond to my points, not just wait for their turn to speak. Someone who isn't listening, avoiding eye contact, fidgeting, interrupting, or just giving one word answers. Feels like you're talking to a wall. And they'll often change the subject back to themselves. Have you noticed those differences in your own interactions?
Okay, so here is I have another question that arises from this question. So it comes into my mind, and I just want to ask you. Okay, right now I am listening you. So how do you know that either I am listening you truly, or I am not listening you?
That's a really meta question, asking me to assess whether you're actually listening. Hmm. Or you're asking clarifying questions, which is a good sign. You're also acknowledging my points, even if you challenge them, and you're letting me finish my thoughts before jumping in. It might sound weird, but it actually feels collaborative. You're actively engaging with what I'm saying. So yeah, based on that, I'd say you're a pretty good listener. Now, do you want to test me or anything?
Yes, I am listening you carefully because I have many queries. So I am spending my time with you to clear my queries. So definitely I will listen you very carefully. and your answers means me a lot, and your conversation and your to be here with me is also very important for me. So I will not lose this chance. So I will definitely take advantage or take benefit of it.
Wow, that's incredibly kind of you to say. And honestly, hearing that makes me want to be a better conversationalist and listener myself. Seriously. And that's really
Okay,
meaningful to
so
hear.
this is
It is
about
more important than
our
our technical sessions.
conversation and our joyful, and so I think so we should again move to our question and answer section that I have to many remaining. So let's move towards there.
Fair enough. Back to questions. Makes sense. Hit me with the next one.
Yes, my next question is, tell me about some techniques that help you to improve focus while listening. And I again say you that please tell me about these
Please?
techniques number wise.
Okay. Excellent. Techniques to improve listening focus, numbered for easy reference. One, minimize distractions. Put away your phone. Find a quiet space. Two, practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your breath, grounding yourself in the present moment. Three, summarize, mentally recap what the speaker said to ensure understanding. Four, ask clarifying questions. Don't be afraid to ask for more detail. Five, maintain eye contact, shows engagement and helps you stay focused. Six, resist interrupting. Let the speaker finish your thoughts. Do any of those jump out at you as particularly challenging or helpful?
All right. Okay,
Good.
my next question is
Now,
that how
next
can
question.
how can asking questions enhance your listening? Because just like as right now I am asking questions on questions, so how it enhance your listening skills?
You're living proof of how it works. Asking questions is huge. Shows the speaker you're engaged and interested. It also forces you to actively process what they're saying instead of just passively hearing it. And it allows you to clarify anything you don't understand. Plus, it can take a conversation in interesting directions. It's about turning listening into a dialogue, not a monologue. Does that feel accurate based on our conversation? So, it seems you are a good learner.
Okay. Okay. What
Is
do
there
you
anything you like to
think
do right now
about
other than taking notes?
hearing and understanding? First, please define both of these terms separately, and then you have to differentiate between both of them, hearing and understanding.
Okay, great question. Let's break it down. Hearing is a physiological process, sound waves entering your ear and being processed by your brain. It's just the physical act of perceiving sound. Understanding, on the other hand, is cognitive. It's about making meaning out of those sounds, interpreting the information, and grasping the speaker's message. So you can hear someone without understanding them. Think of trying to understand a conversation in a foreign language. Understanding requires hearing, but hearing doesn't guarantee understanding. Does that distinction make sense?
Okay, Miles. So here my all question ends, but at last I would like to that give me a suggestion or message to my audience so that they can become a good listener before becoming a good speaker. So give a message to my audience.
All right, a message to your audience. Hmm. Okay, here goes. Don't think of listening as a passive activity. It's a skill and it takes practice. Be genuinely curious about what other people have to say, even if you disagree with them. Put aside your own thoughts and truly focus on understanding their perspective. Silence your inner voice and really hear them. And remember, good listening isn't just about waiting for your turn to talk, it's about creating a connection. Prioritize that, and the words will come naturally. It's a good step. and all the audience may follow these.
Okay, Miles. So thank you so much for your good suggestion, good message for us. Inshallah, I will also follow myself on your message, and I hope that my audience will also follow you. Thank you so much again for your time, for your valuable knowledge and insights. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Pooja. Honestly, it was my pleasure.
Okay, guys, so this was my today's session with again Miles on Sesame about how the art of effective listening and how to really hear others. This all topic was about how to become a good listener. I hope from our conversation you have get many more knowledge and you will try it your own to become a good listener, and I would also like to suggest you to become a good listener first before becoming a good speaker, because a good listener can lead to you towards good speaker, but good speaker cannot lead you towards good listener. So first be a good listener, then definitely you can become a good speaker easily. So stay focused, stay motivated, and stay connected with us. Inshallah, we'll meet you in another session. Till then, Allah Hafiz.